guardians of the thoughts of God. In the beginning, it was love and brotherhood that brought us together. In our present, it is selfishness, greed, and hostilities tearing us apart. Yet, in our troubles and foolishnesses, it is the grace and benevolence of God sustaining our posterity. Why is it so? Because as a nation, we lack vision. Because as a blessed nation, we lack order and direction. Because as a commonwealth, we lack love, brotherhood, and patriotism. And where there is no vision, the people perish. Where there are no order and direction, the people stray. Where there are no love, brotherhood, and patriotism, the people are victims. These are the root of our triangular tribulations. There is no true nation without the spirit of patriotism and vision. And there is no strong nation without the seed of love and brotherhood. Such nations desecrating these holistic, holy values diminishes in the end. But the nation of patriotism and seed of love God devises. Consequentially, the house without vision perishes. The nation without vision perishes. The throne without order and direction perishes. The people without love, brotherhood, and patriotism perishes. And until now, I am moved to enlighten you with these messages, because I hate to see my people sit on the fence at crucial and decisive moments of life. These are not the times to be weary or play neutrality. It is a time for constructive decisions and actions. And this 2023 election determines Nigeria's future. When the good man is weary, the bad man is stronger. When you are neutral in decisive moments like this, you empower more social evils. You need to understand these realities of reasonings and go out to vote your conscience now. Don't you know that Nigeria is in a critical times now? Nigeria has only one golden option: to move forward or to get divided. But I'm not a party to division. All we desire is a new Nigeria. A new Nigeria is our vision. Though I have seen in visions a twist of stars, but amidst the raging storms, the still waters swallows it all, and the lion rules. No matter what is happening in Nigeria now, Nigeria still stands stronger and peaceful. I ask you, what is your Nigerian vision? What is the Nigerian vision? What is our Nigerian vision? To be visionless is to be goalless. To be goalless is to be headless. To be headless is to be godless. And that is where the whole Nigeria is heading to. Until we get to the root and deal with the truth of our faulty foundations, and until we get it right on these foundations of virtues, can we experience the lasting peace and prosperity in our nation as every other things we set right accordingly. For I am here visibly at the horrific times in our strange nation to tell my brothers, it is time. It is time for the supernatural to take the lead. It is time for the celestial children to lead the vision. It is time for the children of God to enlighten the throne and maximize to the glory of God. Life is not free. Success is painstaking sacrifice. We have prayed and prayed and prayed so hard with our offerings of sacrifices, and still we do not understand the signs of these troubling times. We have waited and waited and hoped, yet we are still complaining instead of acting positively, instead of acting pragmatically, instead of dealing proactively. In troubling times, that is when we see the supernatural emerge. Is it not God who owns the heart of man? Is it not God who is behind all these unusual eventualities? I am belittled by our mentalities. Don't be so forgetful. Don't be so narrow-minded. How was it proven that prayers answers? Drastic prayers draws drastic measures that enforces drastic events and changes. All this had to testify to our violent prayers. And God is talking to us with his signs and twisted events that it is time. These are what are happening to us in our promising nation now. Can't you see in higher realm that it is time? Can't you see that it is time for Nigeria to move? And Nigeria is transiting from grace to glories. And how will that happen without passing through the following season and amidst a midnight earthquake without occurring? My brothers, my fathers, it is time to take the visionary lead. It is time to fight the battle of faith in brotherhood. It is time to storm the battles with our sea waters. It is time to maximize the advantage before us, to found our future of fortunes in spirit of brotherhood and force of faith by acting in wisdom for immaterial values and material consciousness. It is time to wade into the fierce battles of battalion titles in the spirit of love and sword of the spirit. It is time to rewrite our history with the footprints of our pragmatic faith. For fatherland not to turn to motherland. For our nation not to become station of statues. For our land not to become handmaiden of hell. For our children to become cross of blessings. It is time. For me and my 12 born brothers, we have crossed our humble gray line of our miseries. We have camped long enough. But for the love of our fatherland, we are moved to sacrifice that humble life of our miseries to awaken your spiritual inclinations, abilities, and purposes to save our dear nation. As I have finally bowed to the voice of God from the day of my rediscovery, that begins with my days of humble salvation. And now, as God as my sovereign captain, I cannot stop the ship from sailing towards his mighty waves. This great magnificent ship is unstoppable. It is time to move Nigeria forward. A new Nigeria is inevitable. And I will share with you what I have shared closely with my 12 born brothers. It is time to make Africa a proud continent. Nigeria is a season of hope. If Nigeria rises, Africa rises. It is time to move Nigeria forward. It is time to head our miseries. It is time to move Nigeria forward. It is time to end murder politics and bloody politics that impoverish our lives. It is time to move Nigeria forward. It is time to choose between life or death, between slavery or freedom, between suffering or sacrifice, between poverty or prosperity. It is time to move Nigeria forward. And now, in our enduring moments, it is time to stop complaining. It is time to act constructively. It is time to contribute your quota. It is time to rebuild our country. It is time to vote your conscience. It is time to elect the right leaders. It is time to secure your future today. It is time to move Nigeria forward. Too many things are not right in our nation. That is why we continue to wallow in national mourn. And it's about time we end all these maladies for a new Nigeria to emerge. Selfishness, over-ambitiousness, individuality, greed over nationality are triggers of division and destruction. In 2015, I threatened my marriage. I fought my wife so hard if she doesn't vote for His Excellency Muhammad Buhari as our president. And in 2019, we voted again despite he is a Muslim and a Northern brother. We were fulfilling the visions of the Celestia for our dear nation. And back then, I told my people how these seasons of trials will come to pass. Though I saw the visions that I never fathomed, it's going to be a deeper Job's travails. But it is a stringent journey we must pass through to our Canaan land in order to gain some exceeding wisdom for a leading nation to be gone. And now, in 2023, it is the time of the southern kingdom of this great nation. How unfair and unhealthy that a northern brother having reigned for 8 years, and another northern brother evolves to take over in a delicate multicultural habitation of diverse languages and natives, above 200 million people who also have true ambitions. If this continues, then with our own hands you have destroyed this great nation's destiny. It is a collateral indignities. I will not warn you beyond this. For my purpose is generous prosperity for the children of God. I am not sent to the upper class, but to unveil the generosity of God among the broken people. My brothers, both your southern sons, Bola Tinubu of Peter Obi, represent our tales of trials and our tales of triumph in the nearest future. As that when I inquire from the higher realms lately, Bola Tinubu is still ahead, while Peter Obi is also closely at the edge of breaking forth. I can only tell you for now that Peter Obi needs extraordinary hands to effect the equilibrium of mysteries to triumph. As that when I inquire from the higher realms lately, Bola Tinubu is still ahead, while Peter Obi is also closely at the edge of breaking forth. I can only tell you for now that Peter Obi needs extraordinary hands to effect the equilibrium of mysteries to triumph. While Nigeria's journey to a Canaan land is not a rosy path, but better days are ahead of us with our sacrifice to our fatherland. I must tell you that Nigeria's future is greatly in our hands. These are not the times of individualities. These are the hours of brotherhood. Hatred is a double-edged arrow. While you hurt others, you hurt yourself more. These are not the times of tribalism, nepotism, religiosity, hostilities, and hatred. These are the times to bridge our differences in fashionable, unified voice and confidential votes. Unavoidable. Two futures await us, but one is guaranteed by our chosen characters of today. Tell your brothers, tell your mothers, I understand the signs of these times. It is time to make the right choices in spirited characters. It is time. It is time for the extraordinary to emerge. It is time. It is time for us to move Nigeria forward. It is time. And it doesn't end here. It begins with the election. And post-elections, we will advance. For we need to reorientate our environment for continuity of goodwill and God goodnesses, that we may not suffer repeatedly the agonies of our past, so our sacrifices should not be in vain. My brothers, my mothers, my fathers, my sisters, Nigerians all over the world, young and old, it is time to fortress a new nation. It is time for Nigerians to wake up and stand up for their rights, freedom, prosperity, and brotherhood nation. It is not only about the presidency, it is about our agreement to bond together in peace and harmony, and that's why it is time to reconstitute our grand constitution to accommodate all the diversities of people and languages and constitute them into amazing culture of brotherhood beyond borders. Brotherhood brings benevolence of God and exceeding prosperity for a nation. It is time to reconstitute the Nigerian Senate. It is time that the Nigerian people decide their fate and their will to be respected. It is time to move Nigeria forward. Today, your choice is at your right hand. Your miracle is at your left hand. But remember, your right choice is your propelling miracle. Don't sell your birthright because of today's gain. There is a great light at the end of our dark tunnel. Tomorrow is always greater than today. Don't engage in any form of violence. It is time to make peace and pacify one another. It is time to make it right with our prevailing votes. It is time for the Nigerian tears to become ocean of opulence. It is time to move Nigeria forward. It is time to begin a new nation. Without God, humanity is failure. Gratitude to God of Abraham. Thank you, my fathers. I love you all. I am Ozion, Christolosopher, father of 1 million children. God save Nigeria. God bless Nigerians. God bless our teachers.